Welcome to our countdown of the top 10 most dangerous red light districts in the world. Notorious doesn't even begin to cover it. We're talking high levels of crime, exploitation, the works. So whether you're a seasoned traveler or just curious about the world's underbelly, buckle up. This is a journey into the heart of some of the most challenging and often misunderstood places on Earth. Our journey begins in Kolkata, India, home to Sonagachi, one of the largest red light districts in Asia. This bustling metropolis, known for its rich cultural heritage and vibrant street life, hides a darker side within its labyrinthine alleys. Sonagachi is a maze of narrow alleyways and crumbling buildings, home to thousands of sex workers, many trafficked from Nepal and Bangladesh. The district is a stark contrast to the rest of the city, a place where dreams are often shattered. Imagine being lured from your village with promises of a better life, only to find yourself trapped in this unforgiving world. The stories of these women are heart-wrenching, filled with broken promises and shattered hopes. High rates of HIV, tuberculosis and other health problems are rampant. The lack of proper healthcare facilities exacerbates the situation, making it a daily struggle for survival. Violence is a constant threat, both from customers and from the pimps and madams who control this world. The fear of physical abuse looms large, adding to the already overwhelming sense of despair. The police often turn a blind eye. Corruption and apathy are rampant, leaving the women vulnerable and without protection. Amidst the darkness, there are glimmers of hope. Small moments of joy and resilience shine through, reminding us of the indomitable human spirit. NGOs work tirelessly to provide healthcare, education, and support to the women and children here. Their efforts are a beacon of hope in an otherwise bleak landscape. They offer a lifeline, a chance for a different future. Through their dedication, they help to break the cycle of exploitation and give these women and children a fighting chance. Sonagachi is a reminder of the complexities of the world we live in, where poverty, desperation, and exploitation cast a long shadow. Yet within this shadow, there are also stories of resilience, hope, and the relentless pursuit of a better life. From Kolkata, we travel to the neon-drenched alleys of Patpong, Bangkok's most infamous red light district. Known for its vibrant nightlife and bustling streets, Patpong is a place where the night never seems to end. Tourists flock here, drawn by the promise of exotic experiences and a taste of the forbidden. The allure of Patpong is irresistible to many, offering a mix of excitement and danger. Go-go bars blast out thumping music, street vendors hawk their wares, and the air is thick with anticipation. The streets are alive with a cacophony of sounds, sights, and smells that create an intoxicating atmosphere. But beneath the surface, Patpong has a dark side. The bright lights and loud music mask a world of shadows and secrets. Scams are rife, and tourists can easily find themselves relieved of their wallets or worse. The thrill of the night can quickly turn into a nightmare for the unsuspecting. Underage sex work persists despite the Thai government's efforts to crack down on it. The authorities are constantly battling to clean up the area, but the problem remains deeply entrenched. The smiles are often forced, the promises empty. Many workers are trapped in a cycle of exploitation and despair, hidden behind the facade of entertainment. It's a place where everyone's playing a role, both the workers and the customers. The interactions are often scripted, with each person performing their part in the nightly drama. Behind the glitz and the glamour, there are real people with real lives, and their stories are often far from glamorous. The reality of their existence is a stark contrast to the illusion they help create. So, the next time you find yourself in a place like Patpong, take a moment to look around and see beyond the surface. Understand that what you see is just a part of a much larger, more complex picture. Our journey takes us now to Tijuana, Mexico, and Zona Norte, a sprawling red light district just across the border from San Diego. The poverty here is palpable, a breeding ground for desperation and crime. Drug cartels operate with impunity, and violence is a fact of life. For the women working in Zona Norte, many of whom are single mothers, the risks are terrifyingly real. They face constant threats from customers, gangs, and traffickers. The police are often outmatched, outgunned, and corrupt. Zona Norte is a place where vulnerability and exploitation are the norm. From Tijuana, we find ourselves in Hamburg, Germany, home to the Reeperbahn, the sinful mile. This infamous street is not just a local attraction, but a global phenomenon, drawing visitors from all corners of the world. And the Reeperbahn is a throbbing artery of nightlife, packed with bars, clubs and brothels. It's a place where the night never seems to end and the energy is palpable. Prostitution is legal in Germany, and the Reeperbahn showcases the country's regulated approach to the sex trade. Here, neon lights illuminate the streets, casting a glow on the complex world of adult entertainment. The women who work here pay taxes, have health insurance, and, in theory, have the same rights as any other worker. This regulated system aims to provide safety and legitimacy to those in the industry. But even here, shadows lurk. The bright lights and bustling streets can't hide the darker aspects of this world. The Reeperbahn has its share of pickpockets and scammers. Tourists are often targeted, and the unwary can easily fall victim to various schemes. Behind the regulated facades, there are still stories of exploitation and trafficking. Despite the laws and regulations, not everyone here is safe or treated fairly. The Reeperbahn is a place where vulnerability and exploitation exist, hidden beneath the veneer of respectability. It's a stark reminder that even in the most regulated environments, human suffering can persist. Our next stop is Kabukicho, Tokyo's most notorious entertainment district. Kabukicho is a sensory overload, a labyrinth of narrow streets and towering buildings. The sex industry thrives here, but Kabukicho has a darker side. The Yakuza, Japan's organized crime syndicates, hold sway, their presence felt in the shadows. Tourists can find themselves targets, lured into scams and overcharged for drinks. Host and hostess clubs entangle young men and women in a web of obligation and debt. Kabukicho is a world that's both alluring and unsettling. From Tokyo, we travel to Singapore, a city-state known for its order and strict laws. Welcome to Geylang, Singapore's designated red light district. Brothels operate legally here, licensed and regulated by the government. But Geylang still has its share of problems. Illegal brothels house trafficked women trapped in a system they can't escape. Violence is a threat, with fights, stabbings and even murders occurring. Geylang is a testament to Singapore's pragmatic approach to social issues. It's a place where the government regulates rather than prohibits the sex trade. Our journey takes us back to Thailand, to the infamous walking street in Pattaya. Walking Street is a pedestrianised street that comes alive at night, a cacophony of neon lights and thumping music. But beneath the surface, there's a darkness that's hard to ignore. Pattaya has a reputation for scams, from overpriced drinks to rigged jet ski rentals. Child prostitution and trafficking of women from neighbouring countries are problems. The police are present, but corruption is an issue. Walking Street is a place built on complex social and economic realities. Our journey takes us to Amsterdam, to De Wallen, the city's infamous red light district. Prostitution is legal and regulated here, a part of the city's fabric. Women sit in windows lit by red lights, their gazes meeting yours with a mix of boredom and defiance. De Wallen has its critics who argue that it objectifies women and normalizes the sex trade. Trafficking of women from other countries is a concern. But De Wallen is also a place where sex workers have rights and access to healthcare. It's a complex and nuanced issue. There are no easy answers. Our journey takes us to Ciudad Juarez, Mexico, a city synonymous with violence and poverty. The sex trade operates in the shadows here, fueled by desperation and despair. Women driven to the sex trade by poverty, addiction or coercion work in cantinas, on the streets and in cheap hotels. Violence against women is a horrifying reality, and those in the sex trade are particularly vulnerable. The police are often overwhelmed, outgunned and complicit in the violence. Ciudad Juarez is a city on the edge where hope struggles to survive. It's a sobering reminder of the human cost of the drug war and poverty. Our final destination is Kamathipura, Mumbai's oldest and largest red light district. Kamathipura is a maze of narrow lanes and crumbling buildings where thousands of women are trapped in a cycle of sex work and exploitation. Many have been trafficked here from other parts of India, lured by promises of a better life. The conditions are appalling, with overcrowding, poor sanitation and a lack of basic health care. The women face constant threats of violence from customers and pimps. NGOs work tirelessly to provide healthcare, education and support, offering a lifeline. But it's an uphill battle and the road ahead is long and arduous. So there we have it, a glimpse into some of the most dangerous and notorious red light districts in the world, places where the line between pleasure and exploitation is often blurred. It's important to be aware of the realities of these places, to see beyond the stereotypes and sensationalism. Remember, while curiosity might lead you to explore these areas, always prioritize your safety. Thanks for watching and stay safe out there.